this year. That is the petition to the County Assembly on decentralization of public participation to the ward level. Maybe just for purposes of recording, I will not want to go through the introduction bit. I just want to go straight to the prayers of the petition, where you are asking the County Assembly of Bomet to require the County Executive Committee to decentralize all public participation forums to the ward level. You are also asking the County Assembly of Bomet to develop and approve a clear county framework for ward level public participation. Thirdly, allocate adequate budgetary resources to facilitate ward level public. Strengthen the role of ward and village administrators. Fifth, to review development projects approved without proper ward level public participation. And sixth, require periodic reporting to the County Assembly. So when we received this petition, we sat as a committee and saw it fit to invite you so that you shed more light and add any information that you might have left, so that as we do further consideration, we'll have had a session with you and all the submissions from you. Upon doing your submissions, we will also invite the relevant officers from the executive side to check on the enforcement of this petition, especially the requirement that public participation be done at the ward level. Once that is done, we shall compile the report and we shall be inviting you to our plenary once our report is ready. So that will be the order of events, and from the onset I am committing that we will do a serious job. We will do within the timelines provided by our standing orders. So noting that we will have a plenary session almost in an hour's time, I will accord you some 15 to 20 minutes. You exhaust any other information that you might have left on this document, and also any extra document that you will have, we will require a copy. So you will leave with our clerk so that we will use when doing our report. So without further ado, I want to invite Gedion. You take over and do your submissions. Welcome.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Chair. It is an important session for us as a civil society organization in Bomet. As we are submitting this petition, actually it is good because of, public participation as is enshrined in the Constitution, that under Article 1 of the Constitution we have sovereignty wills for the people. And also Article 10 of values as one of them is public participation. So really decentralize powers and functions to keep powers to people to engage. Now we have in Bomet County a Public Participation Act 2019, and actually when we made this petition, we have been having public participation in Bomet, but actually most of them it is being done at sub-county levels. And yet the constitution is very clear. We have acts, we have laws that has been enacted, and that give powers in decision making up to the village level. And that's why here in Bomet we have number of projects that is as a result of inadequate public participation that's not being done. We have installed projects that are a number of them in our county, because the public has no way to do follow-up, because there were disconnection with the county government and the community. Now, the purpose of public participation, as enshrined in the Act of Bomet, Act 2019, it is to promote implementation of constitutional and provision on public participation. Another thing is to keep public participation framework that is stipulated under the County Government Act. So we found that our county government, since we have an act in place, and that act, I can say this, it is so rich. We have principles that has been put in place that guide how participation should be done. First, they should give out information whereby it is easy, accessible, and understood by the public at the village level. Because denying people to engage in decision making, to give input, matters to do with the development of their county. So I'm requesting this, honorable members, within your powers that you have within the constitutions and Article 185, that the members of the assembly, as they have powers in articulation of laws and policies, to push the executive, because we have in place an act that is so powerful, that is so rich enough. It has not been implemented to the letter. We have when we look at this article, I came to realize that in our country we don't have, not unless it is there, but I'm not sure. We have advisory committee in public participation. It is there in the act, and there's a way how we can pick those committees. And if it is there, not unless, I don't know. If it is there, then they don't know their role. If you can see, that is in public participation process, it took a public participation advisory committee. And there is established a committee to be known as Public Participation Advisory Committee. This is an act that you, as assembly, you pass in this honorable house. And to this far, this committee is not in place. I checked it. The committee that was there was in 2018, and this is another house. So to be honest, if you can see the function of this committee, it gives advisory to executive on appropriate public participation process and strategies and policy framework. So in the absence of this committee, there is no public participation. So, doing away with the act, first of all, it is unlawful. So, we are requesting this Honorable House, these Honorable Committees, that kindly bull up yourselves and make sure that there's a full implementation on this document, because it is already an act. I know maybe we have Public Participation Council, which is being chaired by the governor himself. Now, there are things. Recently, we had Project Management Committee Act, and it is stipulated in the Public Participation Act 2019. And I know that it is an ongoing process. I don't know whether that's been cassated, but that is a scope. But it is a long overdue. We have come a long way, and there are a number of things that shall have been done when this committee was in place. But now, time has taken. It has gone much far. But it's good. All things is not late. And we thank God, because now they have come up with an act for Project Management Committee. Now, as a committee on public participation, this act requires the part in annual report. We have annual report that shall be put in this honorable committee concerning public participation. That is, it says the department shall prepare quarterly reports and annual report on public participation, which shall contain, among others, the number of participation forum facilitated by each department or agencies, the level of implementation of stakeholders and engagement plan, then the level of engagement by participants during public participation process. The one that you can see says the level of engagement by participants during public participation process and the level of incorporation of proposals made or issued raised by stakeholders or the public. Challenges faced in the implementation of this act. So, you know, at times we engage in public participation, but it is only for formality, because you have residents, or I can say citizens, that have come, but the engaging concerning the principles of act, it is not there. That's why we find the meaningless information. It is just you're just doing it because we wanted to pass time. But at the end of the results, at the end of everything, we get poor resolution. That's why you see this annual report give us, if it is there, and it should be tabled to this honorable committee. It says the department shall submit the report to the executive member not later than 2 months after the end of the financial year. And the report generated under the section shall be tabled before the county assembly and publicized within 14 days from the date of its recipient by the executive member. And what is so important is, if we can have, I can say, monitoring evaluation report on how we do public participation. what is the input the public has given, and how can we turn those inputs into implementation that can help delivery of service to the county. So if we can have that mechanism, because at the end of every participation, they should be given feedback to the public that now these are your report. We have gone to these stages in formalizing, in making some policies, making it in realizing the report into a meaningful projects that can help the community. For instance, I chip in here. I know you saw me when the other petitioners were here, and concerning mother and child. Actually, that's why I chip in. I was part of the people who were there in participation, and we were with the CEOs then for public health and medical service. And I raised something that was these people were putting in place. We had Dr. Pirech then, and I told these people, why are you doing away with cancer center? You see. So, and it was something that they shelved it because they were doing it. That was 2021 early, because they wanted to finish this. I remember one of the CEOs said, wanted to do this thing to finish before the election as a flagship project that can market and give forth to our governor. You see that thing. And I told them, why are you in a hurry? This thing is there even after the elections that are coming. So, and they were saying, I've benchmarked the longest hospital, and there is no place to place mother and child. You see, and the only place that is there, it is cancer center, so-called Jepriget. And so they call people that say, can you endorse? Are you agreeing this or not? And funny enough, they were projecting the architecture work. And I told them, you are doing this for formality, because when you are doing architecture work, there is already finance. The engineer has gone to the side, the architecture the money has been paid for architecture work. So there's no reverse. And Dr. Pirech confirmed and said, surely the cancer, it is so worse. It's a pandemic in Bomet. And he requested the donors, because we had representative for African Development Bank who were part of the donors. And he requested them, can you build a unit for cancer in that place? You see, for just in early screening stages. So why am I saying this? It is because people are doing public participation just for formality and not for the public interest. The views that the public are giving out, it is so essential, and it helps us as a county to build what the community wants. So we have been installed projects, and I can call some of them their relevant projects, because they cannot help the community, because they never initiate for themselves. So the absence of public participation, if we don't be so careful, we will be building relevant projects that are not necessary for our people. So the engagement in this, if we cope and follow it up. In fact, it says, when you see in the principles of this act, it says you give out the information in the language that they are easily understood. It is for them, it is for the community to raise their voice and to say, this is what we want. There are many projects that have been cancelled because public participations was not adhered to. So that's why we are requesting this Honorable House as I'm finishing, that we need to include the M&E that can help us to fast track and to see how the engagement process has begun and how helpful, as we do service delivery, are we doing it as by what they say, as by what they give. You know, one thing, as we talk about public participation, it is also creating awareness to our people. At times they don't know what they want. At times they don't understand why are they being engaged. So it is the department to fast track and create awareness to our people that the reason why you are being engaged, these are 1, 2, 3 things that you want your input. Because sometimes they're coming for bread and sodas. Yeah, that is what they normally come for. So, and you find them, they are coming in numbers. And I wonder sometimes, I've been confronting most of the officers that are coming to the field. Is it really, after this, what are you taking to implement? Because none of them is giving out their views regarding what is being in the topic of that participation. So, as I raise my case, Honorable Chair, as we see in most, so we are requesting these provisions that is being given under the constitutions, and also the statutory framework that is there under County Government Act, that is in section 87 and 91, that is providing for citizen participation and structure. We have also Public Finance Management Act 2012 is giving out to facilitate public participation matters with budget. And you know, all these problems are being solved at the participation level. Misappropriation in solo projects, if there are mechanisms that has been followed, good structure and good engagement, I tell you the truth, there will be non-stall project. There will no be misappropriation of fund, because people are owning and they be asking how far is the work being done. Recently we visited a health center in Giptulo. It has been installed for some time. And we asked people, do you know this is a facility that it was meant for you? And they say, nobody even asked us. There was no engagement. So they're just seeing a monument. It has been there for almost 5 years now. And the construction has been almost finished. But people are vandalizing it because they don't feel the ownership. Engaging people from the word go, they have the sense of ownership of that project. And they will safeguard it, they will take it as their own. So we are requesting these honorable members, kindly let us put in place this act and let it function to the letter implement, and that we can see the goodness and feel the importance of devolution in our county. Thank you.
Yeah, Honorable Chairman, I am really exceedingly glad to come before you in the assembly. This is the first time for me to be here. And I'm very much thankful when I see a document like this one here, whereby today's theme or topic is just here in the paper. I want to thank the county government for this one, for the paperwork which they have done in putting down anything to do with the public participation. But practically, this is theory, but not in practicals. You have just done this on the paper and put in the shelves. The committee, let me say, the committee has not been performing well in whatever they have just put here. And it's good that I am part and parcel of national CSO organization on thematic part of citizen engagement. That is the public participation. When I see this one here, the things which have been put in this document here, Kenya Gazette Supplement, Bomet County Acts 2019, is contained here, then I say it's okay. But when we go to the ground, this one does not take part. So it is our wishes as CSO of Bomet County that we partner together to make whatever we have just put here in the paper to be practical in the field. I can give an example here in budget public participation. I've been attending in Sotik sub-county and have been taking part. The number of participants who attend what is called the public participation is just a small percentage, whereby the greater percentage do not have the access to be there to hear their views. Number two, during the time of late Governor Honorable Dr. Joyce Laboso, I was among those who attended the CIDP, County Integrated. And then, whatever the views the people had heard there in my sub-county there, they were put together, you call it CIDP, but in terms of feedback, giving the citizens whatever they had said, their views, they are not put there. During the implementation, the views of the people are not there. Another example is year in, year out. You call, you say public participation. What the people have been putting forward or hearing their views, the same, they view, but they are not implemented. Number three, time given to what you call public participation is not enough. When the meeting starts, is the time when the people are feeling hungry, almost afternoon. So the people are not interested in hearing their views because they see whatever you brought for them for lunch, sodas, loaves of bread. So they don't take part because the wrong time in doing public participation. To me, the way you pass the information for public participation is not enough. I have gone through a newspaper talking about the public participation and giving the dates. But I want to ask you a question. How many people do read the dailies? Why can't you use like public barazas, using the chief's barazas, using the worshipping centers and give out the information? Putting the information on noteboards for people to see and read so that they'll be aware that there will be a public participation concerning something. So they'll be able to come in great number and therefore hear their views. And when they hear their views, then the county government will be able to get the views, and then now the county government will come up in terms of the development from the views of the people, those who take part in public participation. Another thing is that if we feel, we CSO, we feel that we bring the views of the people down there in the field. If we want our government, the county government, to prosper in terms of public participation, with me, I've just said, I'm a member of a thematic group nationally, and I have my committee. I'm not the chairperson, but just a member. If you want to know more about public participation, it is my ample request that maybe you can accommodate some few committee members from the national dealing with the public participation, so that you gain, you borrow the knowledge, the skills they use, so that whatever you have just put in paper will be practicable, will be put in practice, and other counties will come for benchmarking to our county here, for we will be advancing in terms of public participation, and you will see the end products or the impact of the good public participation in terms of the development. And there, because you belong to the committee, then you will deserve a pat on your back because of the good work you are doing. If only there's a request, you agree to partner with us, so that whatever we know about public participation, we can hear together, we can sit together, and then we can see the way forward to our county in terms of public participation. Because you have got the right thing, the right material, but you are not putting in practice. Your office and the office of the chief officer dealing with the public participation is inactive, is dormant. So it is our ample request. That is why we petition. We bring to your attention so that you can maybe do something so that it becomes active. So this department where you lead will be an example to the other departments in the county. That is my prayer, that you do that. It's just an humble request, so that we can sit together, then we see how we can go forward in doing this public participation. How can it be done best? How can we make our people down there to come in good number, so that they hear their views in public participation? It is good because it is enshrined in the Constitution of Kenya. Number two, also in the County Government Act, it is there. Why can't we make the office of public participation to be active, to be admired? Because of your knowledge and wisdom. So kindly please, let's be together, let's be sharing. I saw somewhere here where it says partnership with other non-state actors. We are non-state actors, and there are others. So we can sit together and see how we can do something good, so that whatever you have just put here is good work, yes, but it has to be put into practical. There are so many things here. So many things here. I can give you another example here. And we have been taking part in doing oversight. That is our work. You know, the FLOCA. And one of the donors is World Bank. So the people who benefit from being their project, their CBO being funded for a certain project, they have to undergo public participation. For the donor, when the donors come, they have to inquire, they have to know whether the beneficiaries went through public participation so that they hear their views. If we continue doing this one here, this one out here, whatever the county is doing, then we are going to lose the donors, the financiers, those who fund such projects. It happened that there's a CBO, and sorry to say this here, and got to be funded by the FLOCA, Financial Locally Led Climate Action, and in Kaplong, Chemagel Ward, a Mao's CBO. They were given the project of fish rearing. So the contractor was given the work. So he came, started getting those who will be helping him, and started digging where the fish pond will be put. And then, because the officer who is in charge, assistant director here for climate change, knew that that one I will take forward if the public participation was not taken. So he stopped the contractor, and then they started now doing public participation. And the people enjoyed, they heard their views. So the fish now are ready. And even our honorable governor was there sometimes back. So public participation is very important. Very important. Very important for the development of the county, for the development of our sub-counties, our wards, and other things, so that the beneficiaries will really benefit and they will feel that the project is theirs because they took part in hearing their views. Yeah, so I hope our sentiments will be put into consideration, and this is also, for example, in monitoring and evaluation. It is very important if such structures are there and the people take part. PMC, election of the PMCs, project management committees. Now, it's just here. But the way they do in the field, this one here, is not what is contained in the paper here. It's not contained, is not what is contained here. So, better train, better call those ones, maybe the other departments. Let's be together so that when they go to the field, they put into practice what is contained in the paper. Last but not least, we as CSOs of Bomet, and it is good and we are privileged today to be with you here, that if at all you consider us, get us a small room, which we call it office, so that whenever we are doing our work here, and for example, I've just said that I'm representing Bomet as a focal point nationally. Whatever I see or I get good things from the other counties. We have done seminars in Makueni twice, Machakos twice, Nakuru once, and then Nairobi. All those seminars, we get good things, which I've always been praying that I wish my county could partner with us. We are not the enemies of the county, but we are the partners. And whatever we get good things, we can come and discuss together with our honorable MCS for different departments. So, please kindly consider our request that if at all you get us an office, we will be happy. We are not the enemies, but we are the friends of the county. We want to develop our county. We want our county to come up so that in future other counties will be coming here as bench for benchmarking. For example, I've been admiring Makueni. Whatever Makueni is doing in Floka, and the relationship, good relationship between the CSOs of Machakos and the county government, our county will be advanced. So that is my prayer, my request. Maybe he is my secretary, I'm the chairperson. Maybe he has something to say.
Okay. Thank you. Only what I wanted to just to add is, it is on the information side where it is one of the principles of Public Participation Act that citizens should be given information prior to the day of participation. That is the document for public participation that should be given 14 days to. So I think that is where, because in most participation, it is being given that day of engagement. So you can have, for example, you have a voluminized document for budget, for example. You cannot go through that document in just a day for you to understand it. So it is a request for us that if we can adhere to Participation Act and do it actually, I can say if we can have, it is my suggestion whereby if we can have, for example, as my colleague has said, we as a CSO, because we have our team across the county, and these are people who have tools and knowledge in participation. And if you can engage us, for example, or we can have a set of a committee in every ward, for example, maybe around 10 or so, whereby we can share the document, because not all people can understand it. Whereby you can share the document, we can have some, we call it, I can say we can break it in a sectorial segment. If there are some people for health, for roads, and all those, that they can go through that document site for public works and for health. There are people who are expert in health. They can analyze the document, and when it comes to the day of participation, they have summarized everything, and they can present a healthy information that can help this county to go forward. So it is our request, if we can just make some adjustment in this document, for example, and add this. When we see the advisory committee, I think it is only the county team. When you talk of those 10 members, it is only for the county team. But if we can decentralize to the ward level and have it in a sectoral segment in areas of expertise, bringing in the expert that can able to analyze pertaining the areas that they are expert of. I can tell you the truth. We will come up with information that is so richly and can build and deliver service that are of quality. Because one of the things that we are seeing, it is value for money. So whenever money has been allocated but let's say, for example, an ECD, you can see one of the examples. ECD, we have only PP1. actually that is being constructed in county. And the PP2, we don't know where they are going. So it is because of the results of inadequate engagement of the public. So if there are people who they can able to discuss this document well and engage in the area of the expert, and when the county is injecting money to those projects, I tell you the truth, there will be value for money, people will have ownership of the project, and there will be transparency. So we are requesting this committee, as we come up and put in place these legislations, kindly let us make sure that the executive and they execute according to the laws or act that are in place. So one of the things that we are seeing, as I say, it is information. And after participation is being done, the follow-up is so important. Let the community also know what has happened to their document. So can we have the feedback mechanism whereby they can reach back to the community and they can have to assess their feedback being actualized into delivery services. So this is a request that can you just make up something that can able to assist and make delivery to the best of our county. To that few remarks, we just say thank you for giving us that opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Allow me, sorry.
Maybe just
just
request that you...
a minute.
Okay, please.
And I'm very much thankful. Whatever we are now discussing here, it will be seen by my fellow focal points nationally for all the counties. As you saw me walking out, I got a phone from a focal point from another county because I had put that we'll be engaging with you here. So he has called me that we would like to know, as I had said earlier, that if we cooperate, we sit together, then the other counties can come for benchmarking. So he is telling me that, please kindly, after the session, let me have what we have just discussed. So, please kindly accept our views, our sentiments about public participation, and let's have a good engagement with you. Let's be having engagement, not even this one, not even by petitioning, but you can call us, get a topic or a theme, we can come together. And if God's willing, plus you, I can request, as I said, the national committee, few of them, to come and we engage them, we sit together here. Now I was engaging with TI, Transparency International, that we have a seminar in our county here. And if they agree to come with us, to come to our county, then our county will benefit. Because you have the views that we want to train these World Climate Change Planning Committees. Plus you, if at all you support us. Otherwise, please, thank you, Bwana Chair.
Thank you very much.
Can I say something in support of what he says? You know, that is in the act, actually. To do with PP, that is private partnership.
Even then, as you do, please, we are much constrained with time.
Okay.
In 10 minutes, we are supposed to get to the plenary. Please.
Just say something. Okay, you know, the act says, a county entity may enter into public-private partnership with any person for the purpose of effective discharge its public participation responsibility. A county government entity may partner with other groups, including national government, organs, and non-state actors to promote public participation. So that is our request. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your views and sentiments. I want to say that as a committee, we welcome your views and we appreciate that you are working towards bettering our county. We also appreciate the fact that we have the Public Participation Act. Maybe the missing cap is on enforcement or implementation, and we are now cognizant as a committee on petitions. And as I stated earlier, we will sit down with the relevant stakeholders and ensure that your prayers are answered. So without taking my time, as I've stated, we are much constrained. Let me only allow my members to react each a minute. Yes, any reaction? Yes.
Thank you, Chair. I want to thank the petitioners for petitioning this county assembly on an important issue. That public participation needs to be done maybe up to the ward level. I agree with you, because I remember when we entered this county assembly, I remember we did our public participation for the CIDP in every ward level, and it was very insightful, not like the one that we are doing at times in the county level or sub-county level. So I also agree with you that the method being used maybe to communicate is not effective. Not all people are able to read the newspaper. So I agree with you that there is a problem, and it also comes to the means of communication on the same. Let's hope maybe in the coming near future the same will be developed. As a committee, we promise that we'll invite the relevant authorities from the executive arm of government, and we'll have an engagement like the one we have had today, and we'll give you a report after that engagement. But personally, I agree that the issues that you raised are very important, and if implemented, people will also feel that they are part of what is happening in the county. Otherwise, Honorable Chair, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Chair. Let me also concur with Honorable Nathan that based on what I have seen in you, you are very rich in knowledge, very rich. And we have seen that there is a vacuum between the 190 down there and the ward level. So there is a vacuum. So I agree totally that we will support you. We will be together fighting for this vacuum to go. And let the 190 know what is, and even for them to participate. Participation is very important. So let me pray for you also, and you are doing the right thing. May God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you for the comments, Honorable Samuel.
Mine is just to thank the petitioners for bringing in this petition. Even though what I know, the 190, most of the 190 are very arrogant. I think you can still remember last time we were with you in Langisa, I had to part with something small for them to to participate in that public participation. So for that, I concur with you. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. So, from what somewhere has stated, maybe one of the entrants is that, and we will all agree that our people really need a lot of what do I call sensitization. Yes, they need to know that public participation is not just about meeting the political group, and if that is not addressed, then the meaning of that public participation may not come out clearly. I want to commit, as a committee, we will do our best to deliver a good report and on time. I also want to thank you for feeling it fit to come through our committee to the assembly. You have expressed concerns, and we are also happy that the mandate of this committee is now getting to the public domain. People are now using the committee to express some of the concerns that might not have been addressed before, or that may have not been addressed by the county government effectively. We also welcome your request for partnership together with the county assembly and maybe county government at large. And I will be requesting that maybe on another date we schedule so that you come to the office of the clerk and also the speaker, so that we do a better partnership going forward. It is much welcomed, especially at this committee, so that going forward, everything we do with you, being a civil society organization, we recognize your important role, and that is welcomed. As well, you've stated something to do with an office. That one will come alongside the request for partnership. I hope that is okay with you. Otherwise, you are much welcome. Looks like Honorable Emily still have something to say.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I just want to recognize Gedion. He was a student in Masibodi. So I'm seeing we did the right thing. Thank you.
Yes, we are giving you flowers for that, and it is good that one of your students is now coming before you. So you need also to do justice to him, having been your student. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming, and we thank you for coming to be with us. We will have a joint lunch together, even as we complete this session. I will ask Honorable Emily to close with a word of